Imagine a world where a single misunderstanding could have led to nuclear Armageddon. In the early 1960s, the world teetered on the brink of destruction, and it all boiled down to a nerve-wracking 13 days in October 1962. This was the Cuban Missile Crisis, a pivotal moment in history where the United States and the Soviet Union stood on the edge of nuclear war. It all began with a startling discovery. American spy planes flying over Cuba captured images of Soviet missile sites being constructed. These weren't just any missiles, they were nuclear missiles, capable of reaching major cities in the United States within minutes. The U.S. government, led by President John F. Kennedy, realized the dire threat these posed. In an address to the nation, Kennedy revealed the presence of the missiles and announced a naval blockade around Cuba to prevent further Soviet shipments of military equipment. The world held its breath as Soviet ships approached the blockade. Would they turn back, or would this be the start of World War III? Behind the scenes, intense negotiations were underway. The U.S. and the Soviet Union communicated through secret channels, trying to find a way to de-escalate the situation. The stakes were incredibly high. Any misstep could trigger a nuclear conflict that would devastate the planet. Finally, a deal was struck. Soviet Premier Nikita Khrushchev agreed to dismantle the missile sites in Cuba in exchange for a U.S. promise not to invade Cuba. Additionally, the U.S. secretly agreed to remove its own missiles from Turkey, which were within striking distance of the Soviet Union. The crisis was averted, but it left an indelible mark on international relations. It underscored the terrifying reality of nuclear war and led to the establishment of a direct communication line between Washington and Moscow, the famous hotline, to prevent such crises in the future. The Cuban Missile Crisis teaches us an invaluable lesson about the importance of communication and diplomacy. In a world brimming with misunderstandings and potential conflicts, it reminds us that patience, negotiation, and the willingness to seek peaceful solutions are crucial for global survival. So next time you face a seemingly insurmountable challenge, remember this moment in history. If two superpowers on the brink of nuclear war could find a way to peace, so can we in our everyday conflicts. Let's talk, negotiate, and find common ground because the stakes are always higher than we might think.